Aries Collective, welcome, welcome. I'm Nikki, your local vegan tarotist, and we're going to do a quick reading. I know I say that a lot, but I really want to keep these short and sweet. I'm going to read for the masculine energy, the feminine energy, any of the cautions or obstacles that are going on, and then some mutual advice to bring peace to the connection, if that is what you seek. Now, this is for Aries singles. It's for those who maybe are waiting for their divine counterpart, but you could be in separation from them. You may not have met this person. This could be a connection that you're currently in, but the focus here, the goal here is to talk about next in love. So this is your next relationship or very new current energy that you're in. Maybe you just met somebody, and maybe you're seeking some advice. Now, if you've met somebody and you're seeking advice, generally speaking, I mean, that's your answer, right? If you're asking questions about a connection, and your person is not clarifying that, or you feel unclear about it, you feel confused, any confusion is a no, in my book, right? And that could be the energy that I'm tapping into. Maybe you're in that place where you're like, I've never had any confusion, but in twin flame connections, right, and in relationships in general, you're dealing with another person's free will, you're dealing with your own free will, and if there's any confusion on your part about what you want or where you're going, maybe you've only had what you don't want, so you're not really sure what you want looks like. It can be very confusing. So it's never or always, right? It's not all in or all out. You could be dealing with a fixed sign, but I feel Aries is like the most fixed energy of all the zodiac because they are double fire. They're cardinal fire. You guys are you are fixed and focused on an agenda in the 3D. You are the most masculine element twice, right? You could be dealing with a Taurus or a Libra. You could be a Taurus or a Libra, but this is for the masculine energy. I feel like the masculine is withholding in this connection. If you are the masculine, you're like, yeah, so what of it? We have the Wheel of Fortune, the Hierophant, and the World. Okay, so three major arcana representing Taurus, representing the fixed signs with the World here. And the Wheel of Fortune can also be the fixed signs. It's pentacle energy, so it's a lot of earth energy, 3D, tangible, real world fortune coming in, because I feel like the masculine here has been very dedicated. They could also be viewing the feminine as being this way, and so they're trying to match their energy. But the Hierophant is marriage, it's commitment, it's Taurus. So if you don't know, Google it. We have the King of Swords. Yeah, so it feels like the masculine is in a very guarded, analytical energy, emotionally guarded. We have the Star and the King of Wands. So there's somebody that's maybe, they're like, they want to heal, but they also are feeling maybe a little frisky. Maybe they've been in this healing energy of this Aquarian energy of the Star, really nurturing themselves. The feminine here feels Queen of Pentacles. Yeah, they've been really working on, and with the Knight of Wands as the feminine's energy, it could be that the feminine's just been focused on projects, work, things in their tangible world. Maybe they are a single parent. We have the little moons here. But the moon represents lack of clarity. It also represents Cancer. So this feminine could have strong Cancerian placements. If they are not, they could have strong Cancerian placements, right? Any placement. Or Pisces, right? With that moon, it's like, this is someone who is like surrounded by intuitive protection here. This feminine's done a lot of shadow work. That Knight of Wands also feels like, you know, it's riding a parasite. So it's almost like doing that shadow work, going in and getting all of those things that you haven't looked at, shining a light on them, shining that wand on them. Wands are magic, right? This can also be someone who has a promiscuous past. With the wands there, that is a phallic symbol. Maybe the feminine is actually a male, right? There could be some sort of flip in masculine feminine energy here. Yeah, there's that Knight of Wands. It's funny, right when I said there could be a flip of energy, the Knight of Wands literally flipped out of the deck, did like a somersault out of there. So this is very fast moving energy. This could also represent impatience, because the feminine's presenting with Six of Pentacles, which is normally a coming together, sharing resources and using them to help the community or those less fortunate around you. But as the feminine's energy in direct reflection, there's a lot of moon energy here. This feminine's very much in a reflective, observant energy on this connection. Because the masculine presenting is like, oh, this is the masculine probably views this connection as being very solid. This is someone they want to marry. This is someone they want to bring fortune to and build fortune with, which is like an emperor, empress. The empress coming out in the shuffle also shows me and tells me shows me and tells me that that's important here. Maybe this masculine has said something or shown something, but it's like they haven't done both. Their words and their actions don't match up, because this feminine feels very guarded, like they're being breadcrumbed. This is how the feminine feels. They don't feel a lot of abundance here. They probably think this masculine is only here for one thing, and yet the masculine's presenting over here. We had the Two of Cups in reverse for the feminine's energy, but finishing that sentence, the masculine sees here the Two of Cups, but it came out in reverse for the feminine. So the way the feminine is viewing this connection, the sun is at the bottom of the deck. There's a lack of clarity. It's like the answers are right there. What's going on here? What is this? It's right underneath the surface. Knight of Cups. So there is, and the World again. The World, King of Pentacles. Yeah, see the masculine's presenting, or I feel like this. I didn't even read for the. I haven't pulled out the cautions yet. I just went straight into the clarity, because I feel like a lot of the caution is right here in this spread on the feminine side. The feminine is very cautious about this, but they want it too, because they see the coming together. They see all the fun stuff. They see all the passion. And Knight of Wands is like new, inspiring ideas. Like there's something very I was gonna say inspiring, but then like giddy was right there at the back of my tongue. So it's like, there's something very exciting about this connection, when or if you have come together. But the feminine wants more than that. They want the world, right? And that reminds me of The Mirror Has Two Faces, Barbra Streisand and Jeff Bridges, when she's like, he tries to get together. So maybe there's some sort of like, maybe this is like a friend situation, because they are very kind of platonic. They intrigue each other with their minds. They go out to dinner. They go to concerts. Like it's like they're doing all these things. There's no sex involved, because that's the way that it was organized. That was the like original agreement. But then Barbra Streisand's character starts to be like, oh, I don't want to just be the plain Jane. Maybe something with professors or teaching. You could meet in school, because they are both professors at the same college. But maybe there's like this, the feminine's realizing like, oh, I want more. And she says, I want it all. I want madness and passion, and I want, someone who knows me. Like I want all of it. I want a best friend and I want a lover. Like I want it all. And she's a Taurus. Barbra Streisand is. Jeff Bridges, is he an Aquarius? I know I've looked him up before and I can never remember what he is, but he's the dude. Not in that movie. He's a goon in that movie. He's very like unsure of himself, whereas the dude is like, I'm the dude. Like he doesn't call himself the dude. He just is the dude, right? Well, does he call himself? I think he does call himself the dude. But it's like somebody called them that first and they've adopted it as their personality. So maybe this masculine like plays it very cool, but they're actually hyper neurotic and overthinking all the time. But they're coming in as the King of Pentacles to meet the Queen of Pentacles. So this is a soulmate at the very least, right? Soulmates come into our lives in a lot of different forms. Where this goes from there, you'll have to let me know in the comments, please. Let the collective know, like, is there some hope here? Maybe you feel very isolated in this connection, or in all love connections. That was weird. I thought I looked at the clock twice and it looked like it hadn't changed time. With the World and Wheel of Fortune, the World is here. It's like a waiting. The World is on one hand, it's a zooming out, getting a different perspective, which is that Piscean energy of the High Priestess, which we have right here with the Hierophant. The Hierophant and the High Priestess. High Priestesses are two spiritual, I want to say deities. These are very two spiritual. Excuse me, what the hell's going on with my throat? Yeah, it's like almost like somebody wants to vomit. I mean, I'm nursing a migraine, so that could be just me. But I feel like somebody, like they're so anxious to speak that it's like vomit is stopping them because they're so nervous or something. We have the Lovers here. Somebody, it's like they're sick to their stomach. They're love sick. But the World coming out twice just tells me you both want the same thing. You both want all of that. What I just said. What Barbra Streisand says. Also, Sex and the City, Carrie, she says, I'm someone who's looking for love. Real love. And then she goes into like inconvenient, you know, crazy, can't live without each other love, and I don't think that it's here. So maybe somebody's leaving a connection where they didn't feel that. It was felt like they were just roommates, not really, there's no real friendship or love or anything. It was just like, maybe they worked well enough together. But there's waiting, the world is waiting, there's distance, could be emotional, physical distance. But this tells me that you guys are coming together. It's like, I can show you the world. You're both gonna meet up. Maybe this masculine's gonna come up and swoop this feminine up, like on their magic carpet. So maybe the feminine's gonna swoop up this masculine on their magic carpet. You know, and they're like, what does it shoot rainbows out of it? Maybe this feminine is kind of plain or views himself as being kind of plain in comparison to this masculine, or maybe other feminines that this masculine has been with. They could be comparing themselves there. Maybe that's adding to this insecurity about this could never be, or I don't think this is what this masculine wants, even though everything shows me this masculine wants this. King of Pentacles, they have a solid offer to come in and bring to this feminine. They've got the Lovers twice, the Lovers in reverse, but the clarification, this is divine, this energy that I read for out of the Van Gogh deck, because all of them, all like Seven of Cups, Five of Wands, all of them are very, I get a lot of Virgo energy from this deck, because like Eight of Swords is anxiety and but look at it, look how organized and peaceful it looks. It's like freedom from these thoughts. So I like the way that this Van Gogh deck represents chaos, because it represents it as like having a purpose in everything and you're not just stewing in the chaos. Maybe that's something that you do, but I love this Lovers. This is like 10 of Pentacles to me, where they're playing chess in the feminine deck. I forget the name of it. No, it's something moon. There's a lot of moon imagery in there. But the Lovers here, it's like they're playing games. 13:03 on the clock. They're playing games. It's like, and not playing games like breadcrumbing, right? I feel like this masculine knows what they're doing, and it could be a little bit strategic what they're doing, but it's not entirely manipulative. There's no lies here, but there is some withholding, I feel, because the masculine's like, no, it's not the right time with the Wheel of Fortune in the world. I've got to get closer to you, my love. I've got to get closer to you, and that could be in that this masculine looks at this feminine and goes, I need to like up my spiritual game, because you both are spiritual people, but maybe one of you kind of fell away from those practices and you got more into the 3D. You had to like put your nose to the grind, pay the bills, all that shit. But it's like, because you were doing it alone. But once you come together, it's like, oh, this is what this is about. That's what the divine union is for. So this does feel very, very solid. There's a lot of, I don't want to say the word potential, right? There's a lot of substance here. Whether or not you both are, you know, wanting to give to that, there's time and 3 seeds. So maybe 3 seeds and money, yet somebody wanted to make sure that they felt balanced in their finances and in their stability in life. And again, they could have left something, there could be children involved, so maybe they had to like get out of something. They have to, maybe there's child support, there's maybe something legal going on. We don't have any justice here or anything, but with the Wheel of Fortune, usually something lower vibration has to get out of the way before divine fortune can come in, okay? And that's that 6 of Pentacles. So it's like, we'll move on. And then time. So So there's time and money. These are factors here, time and money. So these factors, everything, all the challenges, and maybe that's why I didn't read for the challenges first, because I feel like those challenges, they're really not important. Okay, they're of the 3D world. And not that the 3D world is not important, but it's in the grand scheme, whatever these perceived obstacles about, this is very physical, right? There's no such thing as time, right? It's a frequency. You can't measure a frequency. You can recognize a frequency, and then the money. So this also, time and money, represents that Wheel of Fortune again. Wheel of Fortune, your blessings are coming in. Maybe this union is your blessing. I just rolled, I didn't intentionally roll it. It flew, fall, whatever. It went over there, and it's a 6. So I was going to read for the masculine, do a number for the masculine, number for the feminine. Number for the masculine is 6, number for the feminine, 6. Okay, so I guess y'all are a match. And with all the time and money, yeah, it could be, oh, we're just going to be, but no, this is love. Like, oh, we're just going to do business together. And maybe, if that's what you're looking for, maybe you're like, I'm waiting on my divine counterpart. I don't want to entertain any other connections. Maybe you're going to come into partnership with somebody for other things. And maybe that's how you'll meet your person if you haven't met them, is through work, through whatever this project is, right? And maybe it's like you're both building some sort of empire in the 3D separately, but it's like, and I feel like that empire that you're building separately, that half empire, is going to be the reason that you two meet, because you're on the exact same path, right? Not the exact same, but you get it. We're gonna pull a color. Yellow. Yellow is the sun, it's solar plexus, it's clarity. I feel like there's some sort of clarity coming in, and maybe the clarity is again, and the fortune is again, this coming together. This person, when you meet them, you're gonna go, oh, this is what I worked for. And along your journey, I feel like you've probably been like, I don't know if I even still want to do this. I'm watching the show Evil right now, where there is a priest in training, and he's questioning whether or not he should be a priest. He's a former addict, and I think he was like, he slept around a lot. 3 of Swords, yeah, those things do not satisfy you. Those things did not satisfy you. Whatever lower vibrational energy you were giving to before, not it. This is going to feel, you're going to recognize this frequency. And that's divine timing. Divine timing is a frequency. It cannot be measured. So if you want to know how long it's going to take, or when am I going to meet this person, you're going to meet this person when you're on this divine frequency of pursuing what you're actually passionate about. And it feels more like a calling. It's not necessarily something that brings you a ton of like daily happiness, but it's like your gift to the world, something you just maybe happened upon in the strangest way, and it's your life's purpose. And imagine that, when you get into your life's purpose and when you give your energy to a divine purpose, you have no choice but to meet your divine counterpart. Now, whether they are on that divine purpose path, they're on that frequency at the first time, that's the difference. You might meet your twin flame. All divine unions are twin flames. Not all twin flames come into divine union, because divine is a frequency. So please, stop referring to every person you meet as divine feminine, divine masculine. Just because you've got a whatever between your legs does not make you feminine or masculine. And just because you identify or you want to be divine does not mean that you are, right? Divine is not. It is the simplest answer. It's not the easiest. It's never the easiest. So if you are betwixt some sort of decision, there's your answer right there. The thing you feel like you have to do, but it's hard as hell. It's going to be very challenging. Because the devil likes easy. The divine does not. It's not about liking. It's just, we have so many influences of the demonic and the lower vibrations that try to deter us from divine paths. So the divine is actually, it's quite simple. It's like yes or no. There's no confusion with that. The devil likes to do that, likes to play games and make you doubt and question. That's not divine. So I feel like I had to say that for somebody. Maybe you've been listening to other readings and you're like, this doesn't make sense to me. So hopefully something in here made sense to you, resonates with you, you connected with it. Hopefully it gives you some kind of help. There's something in here for you. whether you're looking for entertainment or you were looking for actual answers. You have all the answers. We have all the answers within us. All I'm doing by sitting here as an unbiased perspective, because I don't know you, I don't know you. When you listen to tarot divination, all it does is it tells us what we already know. You already know you want to pursue this feminine masculines, so do it. You already know that you want to launch this project or this get back on your path, right? Even though maybe you got a little veered or you've been questioning it, it's like, no, just keep going on it. 20, 34. All right, so that's 2, 3, 4. There's a 0 there. A 0 is a neutralizing. It's like a tower moment. It neutralizes everything back down to ground level. So there was like maybe you were on the path. Some tower came in, neutralized, deterred you from your divine path for a while and your divine energy. You maybe got to divine energy, met your person. That was your tower, and that knocked you on your ass because you're like, oh, I have to look at a lot of other stuff in here before I'm actually ready. I'm not as divine as I thought I was. I'm actually human. That shit happens. And even when you get on divine frequency and you come into divine union, you're still going to be inundated with threats of the darkness or whatever. Dark is not evil. But anyway, you're still going to be, your ego will always be tested. It's just that your ego, you get stronger and stronger, and you get better at recognizing what is not for you. And so it doesn't feel like as much of a threat the longer you stay on the divine path. But you can be on a path for so long, and if it doesn't really, you're not really seeing the results right away, your ego is going to be maybe a little toe tappy, impatient. So, all right. I wasn't going to do any channel messages, but there are a few, and hopefully something was in there for you. So until next time, I wish you well.